Are you looking to show that you know the market stats better than anyone else in your area? Are you looking to set yourself above the competition? Well, welcome to Market Stats. Market Stats, your new product, allows you to go in and pull stats from any area. It allows you to compare multiple marketplaces. You can even set up your own custom areas. You can do fast stats. So with one or two clicks, you can show a seller or a buyer exactly what's going on in their neighborhood. So let's take a look at your new product, Market Stats. To get to your new Market Stats program, simply log into Paragon and go to your agent toolbox, which we call Resources. Remember, Resources has all the tools that you need. If you go under Resources, you'll find the Social Media and Lead Gen section, and right under there, you'll find Market Stats. Now, Market Stats has several different programs built all into one for you. First, I'm a huge fan of the Fast Stats. Fast Stats allow you to simply click on a county, a board, or a city to create quick and easy graphs. Let's take a look at Bay City. So if I wanted to, let's say, go on a listing appointment tonight and I want to tell my sellers what's going on in their marketplace, I can go ahead and click on Bay City, and immediately it's going to break down the numbers for me. So it's going to compare year to date. So it's going to compare March of 2020 versus March of 2021. Here I can see that currently Bay City is down about 61.1% in inventory of homes for sale. So last year you had 95 homes on the market. This year only 37. So supply and demand, right? What happened to our average sales price? We went from an average sales price in 2020 of $70,953 to $75,847. You can also see it's taking a lot less time for things to close as well as to go pending. So these are great graphs. As you can see, it's very easy. I simply click on the city and the graph is immediately created for me. Now it does allow you to compare single family homes, and then down here it will also break down condos as well. So it's a nice graph. I add this actually to my CMAs. If you're using Cloud CMA, you can simply download this as a PDF and pull it into your cloud report. So it's all in one nice PDF for you. Remember, in Fast Stats, not only can you take a look at a particular city, but you can also take a look at what's going on in an entire county. Simply click on Bay County, and you can create an immediate graph that shows those numbers. So if I go to Bay County, I can see that last year in March, there was 195 homes on the market. Now, currently, there's only 69. So our inventory of homes for sale is down a negative 64.6%. What did that do to our average sales price in Bay County? Well, our average sales price last year was 105, but of course, supply and demand is driving up the prices, and now you're seeing that the average sales price is actually 143,954. You can also see it's taking less days for properties to close, less time on the market. So this is a great graph when you're trying to basically break down the statistical numbers and find out what's going on in a particular city or in a particular county. Now let's take a look at another area in Market Stats. Let's take a look at InfoSparks. InfoSparks allows you to create custom graphs to basically tell the story you want out on social media. Maybe I'm trying to pick up new listings and I want to show sellers why now is the time to sell. Maybe I want to show closed sales prices. Maybe I want to show that things are selling quicker. Let's take a look at creating a graph in Market Stats and posting it out onto social media. The first thing is, what are you trying to tell? What story are you trying to tell your viewers? So I want to do something right now because I obviously want as many listings as possible. I want to do price per square foot, why those sellers should move now. So I'm going to do average price per square foot. And then the second thing I have to do is, where do I want to tell the story? So I can compare areas. I can even set up my own custom area. I can compare counties, postal codes, my own areas, school districts. In this case, because I do a little bit of business in Sterling Heights, I am going to say that I want to tell the story for Sterling Heights. Maybe I also want to compare those numbers with the neighboring city of Shelby Township. I'm going to actually just start typing in the city and I can click on it to compare those markets. We'll add one more just for a little color here. We'll do Macomb Township, another neighboring city. But obviously, whatever cities you specialize in, that would be the city that you would choose. All right, so here I've got a graph, but really, if the average buyer or seller looked at that, they might not know what that means. So we want to clean this up a little for our post. So what I want to do is I want to go over here where I can add some demographics. I want to say that I want to make this a bar graph. How far back do I want to go? Do I want to go 3 years, 1 year? What is the story that I'm trying to tell? Do I want to do maybe 3-month increments? Maybe I want to do a year at a time. But basically, the story I'm telling right here is if they were looking to move in 2019, well, they would have only gotten $129 per square foot. But today, if they decide to move, we can get them $146 per square foot. So you multiply that times the, let's say, 1,000 square foot brick ranch, what they would have gotten from what they could get now, those are impressive numbers to share with sellers, especially in this market. So now I've created my story. I now want to share it out onto social media. Now, if you'd rather and you just want to print it and have it as part of your CMA, of course you can do that. You can add in things like property types. You can add in bedrooms, square footages, whether you want to compare waterfront or acreage. There's quite a few different things that you can add into your demographics here. But I now want to go ahead and share this out onto social media. Now, there's a couple different ways to share it. We can share it live, so if they click on it now or a month from now, they're getting updated numbers. But if you're trying to tell a story in a fast-paced market, maybe you want them to be static. You want them to be just what you're posting right now to accurately reflect what you're trying to convey in your story. So in this case, I think I'm going to do a static graph. Now, of course, you could print it as a PDF, which or save it as a PDF to go over with a seller at their home. You could put it in a CSV file if you're watching the numbers or maybe you're keeping track of a particular area. But for me, I really want to share it onto social media. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And it's going to give me the link in case I want to use it anywhere else. But what I want to do now is I want to create my post. So for me, I would probably want to post it out onto Facebook. Maybe you want to tweet it out. Maybe you just want to email it to someone. So there are all different options. And as you can see, there are quite a few different places that you can actually share it. But I want to go in and I want to post this out to Facebook. Now, I really want my call to action to be here. And I usually want to create a post between 3 and 5 sentences because my interactive post can, of course, be shared to my business page. Maybe I want to share it to my business page first, and then I want to share it to my personal page so that it's on both. I can go ahead now and write my story. Something like sellers are getting record prices for their homes. Call me today. So you're going to put in your call to action, so your phone number and or your email address, however you want to be contacted. Now, of course, I want to go ahead and I want to share this to my business page. If you are doing this for the very first time, you may want to actually change it so that you can kind of see it first. So sometimes I kind of also like to be my own guinea pig, if you will. So maybe I want to go ahead and I want to share it to my news feed, and I want to be the only one to see it before it goes live. So remember, you can change your audience. You can also go down and you can say, okay, I only want to be the only person seeing this when it goes live the very first time. That way you can kind of look at it, make sure it looks exactly as you want. I'm going to go ahead and now post this out to Facebook. And I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. All right, so let's take a look at our finished product now. So I'm going over to Facebook. I'm on my business page. And as you can see, Here is the graph that we created. And when they click into the graph, so they see my post, sellers are receiving the highest prices ever for their homes due to the lowest record of inventory. Call me today to see what your home is worth. And obviously, when they click into the post, it is going to give them that interactive graph so that they can see the numbers. Now, one thing I like to do, now all of this is included as your member benefit through the Bay County Realtor Association. I like to use some of the Facebook tools too. I know you can boost depending on what your audience is. Even if you just do that, it's a great way to capture new leads who may want to know what is their home going to sell for in this hot market. So there's some great Facebook tools you can apply as well. If you're using Cloud CMA, also a great tip that I've had success with is including that lead capture link for Cloud right in this post too. So not only can you give information, but you can capture their name and email address too. So some very cool ideas to boost your lead capture rate. And then lastly, let me jump back into InfoSparks, is setting up your profile and your own custom areas. So make sure when you go into your Market Stats program that you've got your picture, you've got an email address, things of that nature. So when you go in, there's going to be nothing here. Make sure you're uploading your picture and your information. And then lastly is setting up your custom areas. So I have a friend who does a lot on the waterfront. He really doesn't want to add in all the cities because he's not really so much interested in what's going on throughout, 5 or 6 different cities. But what he is very interested in is following the waterfront and showing what those waterfront homes are going for. So keep in mind, if you click on the My Area section, you can even draw your own custom area. So maybe he just wants to follow the waterfront over a few different areas. Maybe he kind of also works the river area and kind of just draw an outline here. But I think you're probably getting my idea that if you cover several different areas or you just want to highlight a particular area, you can go ahead and outline that area and save it and give it a name. So maybe I want to call this Colleen's Waterfront area. Now I can run stats just on the area that I set up. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So it's going to tell me you have defined 3.6 square miles. It's going to show me that there are a lot of listings or closed listings within that area. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save that as my custom area. And then keep in mind when you're using those demographics. So if I want to take a look at my areas, all I'm going to do is go into the My Area section and I can compare statistics for those areas. I hope you found this video helpful. Congratulations on your new product, Market Stats. If you do have any questions on using Market Stats, remember you have complimentary support 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and you can reach them at 248-247-1040. Thanks for watching this video and we hope you have a great day.